Alrighty guys, welcome to Indianapolis as we're in the Quiznos IndyCar. We're heading out here for IndyCar qualifying. We got ourselves a little less than 10 minutes to put down a lap time here. We got ourselves a custom setup which has been working pretty good. We got ourselves almost the entire field out here ready to qualify, and let's go see what we can do nice and easy on the throttle as we head out. These cars are insane to drive. I finally worked on that setup to get this car somewhat remotely close to being workable, and it's pretty decent now. So we got to get the tires warmed up here first. Still got to work on that, but once the tires get up to snuff, we should be good to go for a lap time attempt here. So got to work on that. So what we're going to try to do today, guys, is can I last, as we have 4 damage on in this session, can I make 30 laps at the Indianapolis 500 without totally destroying the car? We got 29 other competitors on board. It's going to be an interesting experiment for sure, because I don't have much luck with keeping all the parts together on my IndyCar whenever I test drive these. So we're going to find out though. We got the speed, we got a good setup. I finally kind of learned the quirks of the car just a tad, so potentially we have a good ability to do so, but it's going to be interesting. So we'll find out how we do. Had to do a lot of work on the steering, as the steering is very twitchy. You can still see it's pretty twitchy, but did a lot of work on that to get the car so it's a little bit smoother and not quite so twitchy, which gives me the opportunity to be able to drive it a little bit faster without totally wrecking myself every 10 seconds. So we'll see what we are able to accomplish here, as we're already top of the board with a 41.520. How did I do that? I honestly have no idea. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, so apparently I did something correct. That's cool. So we'll see what we are able to do. That might be our only real good lap time that I'm able to put down here, but we'll find out. I'm going to fall there just a little bit. Need to get into a little bit of a better groove here and see what we can do qualifying rise. There we go. Saving a little bit of time. Get into that turn. You don't want to hit the aprons with these, because that sends you up the track and you lose all kinds of time. But it's interesting, that's for sure. Pretty short session here for qualifying at the Indy 500. A little bit more simplistic compared to what I did watch. It's fascinating the way they have that set up, but definitely very confusing if you're new to really paying attention to it. Watching the Lawson saga unfold, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that qualifying session, woo boy, it is very, very complicated to my mind. I definitely like single lap qualifying to some degree, but still, at least it's special. It definitely makes it a cut above the rest when it comes to what you have to do. So that's pretty cool, because it's not about one lap, it is about consistency. So that's pretty cool. Ooh boy, so I mean, we're close to cutting some time off, but just can't quite get it done here. Car's a little slippy and slidey around too, so that's not really helping me here. And I think also I keep like slightly coming into contact with the slipstream of the cars in front of me as well, but just not quite. Ooh, there we go, a little bit of lap time through there. Get into this turn good. Alrighty, ooh, sliding up the track a little bit. Yep. Alright, just set the best sector time there. That's going to help. I'm losing tons of time on the straight here. And I need to check my radiator setup, because I keep getting engine damage, and I think because we're running a little bit on the hot side, so I need to work on the radiator just a little bit, make sure we got maximum cooling going on there. Oop, we got some people checking up here just a little bit. Gonna have to slow down for that. Not sure what's totally going on there. Let the tires kind of cool off a little bit here during this lap, and we'll go back at it for the next one. But yeah, just a giant checkup there. And didn't want to run into that during qualifying here. We're still third on the board though. So really, really good time currently for us. Ooh, a little bit too much turn there. As I said, it's still twitchy, but you just got to get the right angle on it to get the car to turn. Ooh. Alright, those guys coming in. I'm not sure if we'll have a good enough starting time. We'll find out. There we go. So we're getting some shadow here on the front stretch. That's going to help out with some track time through there. A little bit slower through here once again. Trying to keep on running here. I have a weird shift from 4th to 5th too. And I don't want to mess around with that too much. I need to fix it, but I don't want to mess around with that too much because I usually end up making the gearing worse whenever I mess with that. So just one of those things like, I don't really want to touch it because I usually just end up with more of a mess. Oh, there's the wall. Woo. I thought I had it cranked enough, but nope. So huge crash in Indy 500 qualifying, and we are in it. Not good. So someone's going to help me out of here, I guess. At some point. A huge crash here at Indianapolis during qualifying, and we're going to be out of the session. So there we are. Alrighty, so now we got to go to a backup car, but that should work out pretty good for us. But yeah, not what I was expecting, because I was trying to watch out for the other cars, and then I had the guy to my outside there, and so I had it so I wasn't going to get too close to him, and ended up hitting the wall there just because I didn't twitch it fast enough on the steering. So that's my problem. And here we are, everybody. 3 wide start here at Indianapolis for the Indianapolis 500. We've got everybody here as we go turning around the car, which is really kind of weird that we can do that. But anyways, there's the whole field. Get back into my correct cockpit view here. There we go. And let's get ready to go racing here. And let's see, can I make 30 laps without crashing? Technically no, because I crashed in qualifying, but that doesn't count. This is the race. This is what we're talking about. We are off at the Indianapolis 500. Alright, so far we're clear. Let's see how we go. Now one thing that's a little bit different in this game is obviously we've got some, I believe some of the road course cars in here as well, because of it just selects the IndyCar class, which IndyCar has both of the. It's a different start out here in the beginning because we got the tires all warmed up. It's kind of weird how the car's handling right now. Gotta get that figured out, but it just feels a little weird at the moment. See what we can do here. Ooh, wow, we got some real good speed there. Heck, came in on the slipstream of the 25 here, 26. Wow. So out of the bat, 6 seconds faster than a qualifying lap, it looks like. Looks like we got a little better temp going on the engine, so I like that. We changed up some of the radiator and air intake setup, so not too bad there. What lap time are we going to put down here for the race? That's what I want to find out. It's going to be 7 seconds faster. Might be for the race session, but I think that was for, I don't know. I don't know what that technically that was counting towards. Alright, so brakes and tires should cool off here just a little bit, hopefully. Trying to stay in this slipstream here. Yeah, we're slowly getting the brakes cooled off here. And that should help the tire temps regulate just a little bit, as we're going all out and not really using the brake, because we had a lot of temperature on those brakes to start this thing with, and that was really not going to help tire temps. So at 30 laps, will we have to make a pit stop for tires? It's possible. Got a lot of sand on the track there. Need to watch out for that. So I don't think we really have anything for the top two here. But if they get up there and get racing, we might get a chance to get up there and compete. I'm a little bit slower, but that's alright. They run a pretty consistent lap time. What's going to be interesting to see is as tires wear, what I start running as well. Because it did seem like my car got a little bit faster as the tires wore, but also that was in the practice and qualifying sessions where the sun kept going down on each of those, so that's partly why I kept getting faster. So just different factors you have to consider with your setups. As I said, this is just such a strange car to drive. Get a little bit of engine damage there once again. So we'll see what we got. Let's see. Trying to look at what I got on the side there, fuel-wise. We're going through fuel pretty quick, trying to get the car to turn. There we go. Finally got it to make the turn. We're running a little bit cooler, it looks like, so I definitely appreciate that. We were running at 218 there. It looks like it's kind of stalled out at 203. Still warm, but not terrible. Not bad. Okay, so I think we got our temperature kind of regulated a little bit better. Obviously, we're going full throttle all the way around this thing. A little bit of engine damage there on, not too bad. Keep kind of going out to the far side there. You got the guys trying to brake or follow the slipstream. Kind of interesting strategy. Trying to keep the car in the groove. Lots of sand being picked up by somebody, and that keeps skidding up into turn one there. So that'll be interesting to see if we get our tire too mixed up in that. That could really start spinning us out there. So we got to keep an eyeball on that. So far, 7 laps into the race, and we haven't destroyed our race car so far. Ooh, a lot of sand through here too, people. We're really cutting the corners to try and get their best lap time. Fascinating. So as I said, we got, because of how this game works with selecting the IndyCar class, we do have at least a few IndyCar road course cars, so they have a little bit more downforce. And so that's going to, oh yeah, look at that, we're getting the sand on the tires and stuff. Not what we want to see, because that really hurts our traction. Not a good thing. Watching our tires over there on the side too, as we're running them. Luckily, we're not overheating any of the tires with our driving, because that was an issue earlier on there, but that was because of the brake issue. We had so much, ooh, yeah, got a little bit on the apron there, but we had so much brake temp in the brakes there that we just kept transferring that to the tires. That was really making some issues. And it looks like luckily the tires have regulated, temperature in the radiator is regulated, so we're pretty good and all that. That's a lot of sand. Good night. Car definitely changes a little bit as you go through that. Might be helping to cool the tires down a little bit, but yeah. Not the way I would want to cool my tires off. Ooh-wee. Yeah, lots of sand down there in turns 3 and 1. So we gotta watch out for that. That could end up, if we hit it at the right spot, end up spinning out the car a little bit. As I said, I still also have a weird gear shift in 4 to 5, and I could have messed with that, but as I said, when it comes to gearing, I usually end up messing up the gears and making it worse, or just making it that I have no power in the gear. I did try one point while I was working on this setup to change the final gear, and while that gave me some good speed, it really, I never got into 6th gear, and I'm still not getting the 6th gear here either. So I'm not totally sure if I need to switch some things around for that, because getting to the 6th gear would probably help me out with speed here. But as I said, me and messing around with the gear timings usually is not a good thing to do. Not usually a good thing to do. A little bit slow through there, as I totally messed up that corner. See if we can get back to 5th here. There we go. Back into 5th. Watch these guys behind me. I'm gonna run wide here for a little bit. Luckily, we don't have near as much sand in turn 3 as we do in turn 1. It is obnoxiously sandy down there. Guess we're trying to make a beach. So we're definitely losing some time here on our laps. Got the rear end just kind of didn't want to follow me into that turn there. Had to kind of manhandle it to get it to work. But doing decent. We're keeping these guys behind us. They don't have quite enough to really just come up and get me. Obviously, they're waiting for a mistake so they can get by cleanly and not have to worry about racing me any, which I appreciate. Because I would probably do about the same thing in these particular cars. So we've really lost, well, it's not that terrible. No, we've lost touch with, I was looking at the wrong timing thing, but we've lost contact with the top 2, so unless they have an issue, we are kind of out of contention for a top 2 finish. Which is fine, but just good to know. Trying to keep this thing going into 5th gear because that gets us some pretty decent speed. A little bit wide there. Bring the car down just a little bit. There we go. Wide. Wow. Very wide. And try to block here a little bit. There we go. Got him to slow up just a tad. Alright, tire-wise, we might have to end up making a stop before the end of this race. Kind of trying to stay out of that dirt. That might actually help us out with tire grip there. Alright, block this guy here. Make sure he can't make a run. As I said, you gotta be smooth with this thing because it's still jerky, even though I switched the steering around quite a bit. Very, very jerky car here. We're at 14 laps in. So far, I haven't wrecked it. Hallelujah. Everybody's tires kind of wearing out, so the aggression level is kind of on the lower side, it looks like. The new tires probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Running those tires through the sand again. Get those cleared off here. That sand is really progressing around the turns 1 and 2 there. Really moving along. We're getting lots of sand on the track, so that's going to make the track a little bit different as we continue to run on here. Ooh, yep, stayed in the groove, so that's good. So with the tire wear as it is, will we see the rest of the field end up coming to change tires? Or will we see them stay out? That's kind of my question right now. I want to see. I was going to try and stay above the sand, but the wheel turned a little bit more than I was thinking it was going to. It ended up going right into it. Because we're really migrating that sand along through the rest of the track. So these guys pretty comfortable with where they are, not really making any aggressive moves on me. That's letting me do what I need to do. We're kind of slowing up the whole field though. So, okay, here we go. So we got a pit stop happening. So one guy ended up peeling off to hit pit road. Interesting. I'm gonna try and stay above this sandy a little bit more. Unfortunately, you can't get away from it. It's everywhere on the track now. But you can stay above the main sandy area and hope it works. Alrighty, so we saw at least one guy go down pit road to do a pit stop. Ooh, into that real high. Bring that on back down just a little bit. There we go. Ooh, I see number 2 guy. He's pitting. watching that fuel is one thing that I'm doing. I think we got enough fuel to make it all the way. We have to wait and see here. So currently second. We might be able to make the tires go all the way to the end, but there's not going to be much grip on that right front tire there. I had to scratch my nose there, so we'll get the car moving in the right direction again here. Ooh, twitchy. That was a major twitch of the tire. So we're going to have some guys with newer tires out on track. Alright, we got the leader pitting. Anybody else? Okay, another guy behind us. He's going to be coming down the pit road. So we will assume the lead here. And we'll see what we can do with that. Gonna have clean air, but we got worn out tires. Definitely not making the best of lap times. But we're gonna have the two leader guys, they're gonna have brand new tires. So how far is that going to take them? We got some engine damage still slowly creeping up. Engine temp slowly starting to creep as well. Because we went from 203 to 204. Probably some of that sand getting on the radiator. And not allowing it to cool as much as it was. So that's probably one issue that we're having. Fuel-wise, looking decent. We have 10 laps remaining in the Indy 500, or about 30 laps instead of it anyways. Ooh. As the car is definitely slowing down some. It's a little bit easier to drive because it's definitely not quite as twitchy because we're not making as much speed here. Car's not doing too bad though. I was wondering if long run what the car was going to handle like, and it's handling pretty decent, so I don't really have much of an issue with it currently, as it's doing a pretty good job. Haven't gotten anything from the pit crew about pitting, so I think we're fine. But we'll see what we got here. We got 20 gallons or liters of fuel left. Seems like we should be able to make it, but we're going to find out. Tire-wise, it's got some decent grip over there, so I mean, I think we can make it on tires all the way. But obviously, if we have any issues, we're probably going to have to pit one way or the other. Yeah, it looks like we got one guy, got some more guys pitting slowly in the back. This guy behind me, I don't know if he's pitted yet or not. So I'm not sure what he's doing. He might have new tires, he might not. Get the car back on the track, please. Looking in the mirror too much, not paying attention to where I'm going. Typical. Doing a wide turn here. Car's really not handling that bad, so I think we can do it. I think he's going to pit here. The only thing that I can see that we would need potentially is now fuel. I think we can make it on tires, but fuel-wise, yeah, we're going to probably need it. That's the one thing I keep forgetting to do, is to check my my pit options. That's one thing I need to work on, so I can actually work on that. But didn't do that, so ooh, got close to the wall there. Didn't like that. So can we make it all the way to the end? We might have to go into some super saving mode here towards the end of this thing if that fuel doesn't stay where I need it to. I think I can nurse that tire all the way to the end, but it's going to be close for sure. And we're also slowly creeping up on that temp there as well. As we're now up to 206. Back down to 204, so it's kind of going and coming. Ooh, a little bit too much on the apron there. Question is who is who, and who's coming and who's going. So who's behind me that has new tires and who's behind me that's going to be coming to pit road again is my ultimate question. Looks like another guy peeling off to go to pit road. So everybody doing kind of staged pit stops. Not everybody coming at the same time. Yeah, so a few guys just kind of slowly peeling off. So as I said, I don't know where the guys that have already pitted, where they're running. Ooh, close to the wall there. We might be able to make this all the way. I'm watching that fuel gauge. That's my main concern. The tire, I think, will last. But it's that fuel gauge that has me most concerned. So we're going to find out if we can make it all the way to the end of this stint. Alright, lots of guys on pit road getting work done. Alright, another guy behind me has hit pit road, so I think everybody's still cycling through. So we'll find out how that all ends up. But those guys with new tires, they're going to be coming along at some point. Because they should have plenty of speed to make the move. But we will have to find out. Because we're getting a little bit later on into the day. Temp should start going down here a little bit. So with newer tires, they should really be getting some good lap times. But as I said, I can't quite tell who's where. I'm going to guess that they're probably coming. Another guy behind me, he is now pitting. And we're going to start saving. We're going to start bringing down those RPMs just a little bit, see if we can save that fuel to the end. I think we can. Everybody keeps pitting behind me, so I think we're finding it, because the guy's closest, like a minute behind. I'm trying to watch that. I think we can save enough fuel, though. We'll find out. So 3 seconds slower there. Just trying to save a little bit of fuel through here, as I'm also trying to watch who's doing what behind me. This guy's not for position, so we can just let him by without any issues. Ooh, we had some major wrecking through there. Saw all the pods. Now I'm getting the L28 scheduled pit stop. Okay. Let's do it. You guys are ready for me. Get that. Alright, so this is a scheduled pit stop. I have actually no idea what's going on here, so we're going to find out. It looks like we're going to get brand new tires. Or at least going to get stuff fixed. I have no idea. The fuel is definitely not going up. Yep, I need to work on those settings, because that's definitely an issue. Ah, yeah, so we lost 3 cars somehow. Oh, I gained a little bit of fuel, I think. Yep, we got a little bit of fuel to make it to the end. Alright, guys, well, come on, get me out there. Come on. I hate being so slow. I think some of the... I'm trying to... That might be a few of the Speedway guys knocked out. I'm not totally sure. As I said, I have no idea where I am in the shuffle here, as it's very hard to tell. Ah, there's my position. There's position 2. And we're just going to get right out on track and get going here. We'll see if we can catch that one guy, but for sure we got a 2nd place finish almost assured. Yeah, we needed that. So we did get a little bit of fuel. So we got enough fuel to get us to the end of the race here. Tires weren't really an issue, so that's nice. But we definitely had to have fuel to make it the rest of the way. So, okay, good job by the pit crew actually knowing what they were doing that time without my input. That's nice. Also, we cooled off the tires there a little bit because we went on them, so that could give us a little bit of speed, but I don't think we're catching our leader here. Ooh, we got some damage going on there. Oh, I had some stuff in the road anyways. Let's see. Nope, I don't think we're catching him. I think we are going to end up with after all that, finishing second in our 30-lap sprint of the Indy 500. Had some sort of giant crash back here on turn 3 that amazingly they cleaned up, so that's nice. But we would come home in the second position here at Indianapolis at the Indy 500. Not too bad. And that should have been the end of the race, not totally sure. Looks like all those guys are done. I think this is probably our end lap here. Yep, everybody's doing their slowdown for the end lap. So here we go, bunch of cars all lumped up together. You guys with lots of damage here. Ended up having lots of issues apparently in the back. A lot of guys lost their wings, so lots of damage ended up coming through towards the end. And our leader, right, this guy right up here, the number 26, yeah, so that was the guy that we were racing the whole time. He did a good job. That's the winner of the race here, as we are currently letting everybody cycle through apparently. But this right here, that's your winner. Nice. So congrats to him. And that was fun. We didn't wreck our car like some other guys did. We got some major issues going on with the car though, which is fine. But well, not issues. We got a lot of dirt and whatnot on the car itself. So we're going to have to get this thing pressure washed. Alright, let's take a look at the best lap times we had. The best lap time of the race, a 42.219, so pretty good there. Actually, no, that was just our best time. Actually, it was 41.600, looks like, or 42. There's a few different lap times through here, but I had some pretty good lap times for us, so definitely nice. And 4 guys ended up having to retire from the race due to damage and incident, so definitely a bummer for them there. So anyways guys, that's going to be it for us today here on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Just figured I have not had much luck trying to get the car to finish a race at Indianapolis, and figured that would be a fun little challenge to do here, and I enjoyed it. Finally got this car to a point that I can actually drive it and enjoy it, and that definitely helps with the racing fun. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys here next time. Bye bye.